Yeah, a large and complex low pressure system is bringing severe weather to much of southern Australia. We have severe weather warnings current from Perth all the way across southern Australia into New South Wales. Much of southern Australia is expected to see damaging winds with gusts up to 90 kilometres an hour. For some of our elevated areas in Victoria and southeast New South Wales, we could even see destructive winds up to 125 kilometres an hour. For our marine areas, we're also looking at gale warnings extending all the way from WA right across into our Tasmanian waters. We could also see very high seas and swell with some damaging surf in WA. We've seen some areas approach wave heights of 7 or 8 metres. So it's important if you're in anywhere across southern Australia to stay up to date with the latest forecasts and warnings via our website, app and social media. Yeah, severe weather warnings for damaging winds are current across large parts of southern South Australia, with much of the state could experience gusts up to 90 kilometres an hour Tuesday afternoon and into Tuesday night. That includes the Adelaide and Mount Lofty ranges. Now we could see those winds ease temporarily on Wednesday, but then increase again as the next front moves in on Wednesday into Thursday. We're also expecting widespread showers and possible thunderstorms, particularly for southern coastal locations of South Australia as these systems move through, particularly on Thursday.
Dean, what's happening across Victoria with the weather?
Yeah, severe weather warnings are current for large parts of southern and mountain Victoria, with winds possibly gusting up to 110 kilometres an hour Tuesday night, and we could even see those winds gust up to 130 kilometres an hour for our Alpine districts. Now this is destructive wind territory, and we could see trees and power lines come down and possibly some building damage as well. Now moving into Wednesday, we'll see the rain increase across northeastern parts of Victoria, and through Wednesday and Thursday, we could see two-day totals of 50 to 80 millimetres, with isolated falls up to 100 millimetres possible. And flood watches are now current for much of northeastern Victoria in anticipation of this rainfall.
What weather's happening over New South Wales in the coming days?
Yeah, severe weather warnings are current for damaging winds for our alpine and elevated parts of southeast New South Wales, and further severe weather warnings are likely to be issued in the coming days for damaging to possibly destructive winds and also for heavy rainfall as we see the rain really start to pick up across inland New South Wales on Thursday, where we could see isolated falls up to 120 millimetres, particularly on our west facing slopes through central and southern New South Wales. But we are not expecting heavy rainfall on the east coast or flooding, particularly for our coastal communities or on the Hawkesbury Nepean Valley.
Okay,
Yep.
tell us about the weather situation in Tasmania.
A flood watch is likely to be issued for northern and western parts of Tasmania in the coming days as we see some widespread soaking rain, possibly up to 50 to 60 millimetres that could lead to some minor to moderate flooding. We're also expecting with this system some really strong and gusty winds, with gusts up to 90 kilometres an hour possible, particularly with any thunderstorms across western or northern Tasmania.